If you're over 70 and watching your hair thin with each passing month, what I'm about to share could change everything. There's a specific type of hair loss, especially in women our age, and most people have no idea they're experiencing it until it's advanced. The pharmaceutical companies don't want you knowing about this particular seed protein because it works differently than biotin, differently than anything you've tried before. In the next few minutes, I'm going to walk you through seeds that medical researchers have studied extensively, and by the time we reach till the end, you'll understand why one of them is being called the missing link in hair regrowth after 70. Let's begin. Before we dive into these 7 remarkable seeds, I need you to understand something that most women over 70 don't realize about their hair loss. When you look in the mirror and see that widening part line or those thinning temples, you might think it's just age, just genetics, just something you have to accept. But U.S. doctors are now recognizing a specific pattern of hair loss in American women over 70 that responds differently to treatment than the hair loss you experienced in your younger years. Your scalp has changed, your hormone levels have shifted dramatically, and most importantly, the way your hair follicles absorb and use nutrients has completely transformed. Now, you've probably tried Biotin. Maybe you've taken it for months, even years, and seen minimal results. There's a reason for that, and it has nothing to do with the quality of your biotin supplement. Research conducted at Johns Hopkins University found that after menopause, and especially after age 70, women's hair follicles develop what's called nutrient resistance. Think of it like this. Imagine your hair follicles are like locked doors, and biotin is a key that used to work perfectly. But over time, the locks have changed, and that same key doesn't fit anymore. You need a different kind of key, a different approach entirely. That's where these seed proteins come in, because they work through completely different pathways in your body. Let me start with seed number 1, and I want you to pay close attention because this first seed creates the foundation for everything else we're going to discuss. Flaxseed contains a specific type of protein structure that U.S. doctors often recommend for women experiencing what they call inflammatory hair loss. Now, I'm not talking about inflammation you can see or feel. This is silent inflammation happening deep in your scalp, around each hair follicle, slowly choking off the blood supply and nutrients your hair desperately needs. Women over 70 are particularly susceptible to this because our bodies produce fewer anti-inflammatory compounds naturally as we age. What makes flaxseed different from biotin is its lignin content. Lignins are plant compounds that act almost like tiny managers inside your body, directing resources where they're needed most. When you consume ground flaxseed, these lignins travel through your bloodstream and actually help reduce that silent inflammation around your hair follicles. But here's what most people get wrong, and this mistake could be why you haven't seen results if you've tried flaxseed before. You cannot eat flaxseed whole. Your digestive system after 70 simply cannot break down those hard outer shells. You must grind them fresh, and here's the critical part. They need to be consumed within 24 hours of grinding. After that, the beneficial oils oxidize and lose their potency. Most women buy pre-ground flaxseed from the store, and by the time they open that package, those precious oils have already degraded. Start with 1 tablespoon of freshly ground flaxseed in your morning routine, mixed into yogurt or oatmeal, and do this consistently for at least 8 weeks. But don't stop here, because flaxseed alone isn't enough. And what I'm about to tell you about seed number 2 will surprise you. The second seed on our list is one that researchers at Stanford University have been studying intensively for the past decade, and the results are remarkable. Pumpkin seeds contain a specific amino acid profile that directly addresses something called DHT accumulation. Now, stay with me here because this is important. DHT is a hormone that naturally increases in women after menopause, and it's one of the primary culprits behind hair follicle shrinkage. Think of DHT as an unwanted guest that moves into your hair follicles and slowly forces the actual hair out. Your follicles get smaller and smaller, and the hair that grows becomes thinner and weaker with each cycle. Pumpkin seeds contain compounds that help block DHT from binding to your hair follicles, creating a protective barrier. But there's a specific way you need to prepare pumpkin seeds for maximum benefit. And this is something U.S. doctors emphasize when they recommend them to their patients. Raw pumpkin seeds, the kind with the white shells you find at the grocery store, are actually harder for women over 70 to digest properly. Your stomach acid isn't as strong as it once was, which means you're not extracting all those beneficial compounds. Instead, you want to look for pepitas, which are the green pumpkin seeds without shells. Eat a small handful, about a quarter cup, every single day. Some women like to roast them lightly with a tiny bit of sea salt, while others prefer them raw in salads. The key is consistency. You're not going to see changes in your hair overnight, but around the 6 to 8 week mark, many women notice their hair loss has slowed considerably. However, slowing hair loss is only half the battle. What about regrowth? That's where seed number 3 becomes absolutely crucial. Sunflower seeds are the third seed we need to discuss, and this is where things get interesting. While pumpkin seeds help block the hormone that damages your hair follicles, sunflower seeds provide the specific building blocks your body needs to actually construct new hair. Your hair is made primarily of a protein called keratin, but your body can't make keratin without certain raw materials. Sunflower seeds are absolutely packed with vitamin E, but not just any vitamin E. They contain a specific form called alpha tocopherol that acts as a delivery system, helping other nutrients reach your scalp more efficiently. Research conducted at the University of California showed that women over 65 who consume sunflower seeds regularly had significantly better scalp circulation compared to women who didn't. Better circulation means more nutrients and oxygen reaching those struggling hair follicles. But here's something fascinating that most people don't know. The timing of when you eat sunflower seeds actually matters. Your body's repair processes, including hair follicle repair, happen primarily at night while you sleep. If you consume sunflower seeds in the evening, those nutrients are available when your body needs them most for overnight repair. A small handful, about 2 tablespoons, consumed an hour or two before bed can make a significant difference. But don't eat them with anything sugary or high in simple carbohydrates, because that can interfere with absorption. Now, you might be thinking these 3 seeds alone would be enough, and for some women, they do make a noticeable difference. But there's a specific deficiency that affects nearly 70% of American women over 70. And if you have this deficiency, none of these seeds will work as well as they should. That brings us to seed number 4. Sesame seeds are vastly underestimated when it comes to hair health, and that's because most people don't understand what they're actually addressing. The deficiency I mentioned, the one affecting 7 out of 10 women our age, is copper deficiency. You rarely hear doctors talk about copper because everyone's focused on iron, calcium, and vitamin D, but copper is absolutely essential for hair pigmentation and structure. Without adequate copper, your hair not only falls out more easily, but it also loses its strength and becomes brittle. Sesame seeds are one of the richest natural sources of copper available, and they come with a bonus. They're also high in calcium, which many women over 70 need for bone health anyway. Here's what US doctors want you to know about sesame seeds and hair regrowth. The copper in sesame seeds helps your body produce melanin, which is the pigment that gives your hair color. Some women who consistently consume sesame seeds report not just less hair loss and better regrowth, but also a return of some pigmentation to their gray hair. I'm not saying sesame seeds will reverse gray hair completely, but the anecdotal reports are compelling enough that researchers are starting to pay attention. The best way to consume sesame seeds for hair health is in the form of tahini, which is ground sesame paste. Your digestive system can break down tahini much more easily than whole sesame seeds, meaning you absorb more of those beneficial compounds. 1 tablespoon of tahini daily, spread on toast or mixed into a smoothie, provides a concentrated dose of copper and other minerals your hair follicles need. But tahini alone isn't the complete answer, and what I'm about to share about seed number 5 addresses a problem that Biotin never could. The 5th seed is chia, and this is where we need to talk about something called hair follicle hydration. I know that sounds strange because we usually think about hydrating our skin, not our hair follicles. But your hair follicles are living structures, and they need adequate hydration to function properly. As we age, especially after 70, our bodies become less efficient at maintaining proper hydration at the cellular level. You might be drinking plenty of water, but that water isn't necessarily reaching your hair follicles in the amounts they need. This is particularly common in American women because of the standard American diet, which tends to be low in omega-3 fatty acids. Chia seeds are extraordinary because they can absorb up to 12 times their weight in water, forming a gel-like substance in your digestive system. This gel helps your body maintain steady hydration throughout the day, and more importantly, it helps deliver water-soluble nutrients to your hair follicles more efficiently. Research from Harvard Medical School has shown that adequate cellular hydration is crucial for hair growth, especially in older adults. When your hair follicles are properly hydrated, they're better able to produce strong, resilient hair strands. The way to use chia seeds for hair health is to make what's called chia gel. Mix 2 tablespoons of chia seeds with half a cup of water and let it sit for at least 15 minutes until it forms a thick gel. You can then add this gel to smoothies, oatmeal, or even just drink it straight. Do this once a day, preferably in the morning, to maintain that steady hydration throughout the day. But even with perfect hydration and all the nutrients we've discussed so far, there's still one more common barrier to hair regrowth in women over 70, and that's what seed number 6 addresses. Hemp seeds are controversial in some circles because of their association with marijuana. But let me be clear, hemp seeds contain no THC and are completely legal throughout the United States. What they do contain is the most complete amino acid profile of any plant-based seed, and that's critically important for hair regrowth. Your hair is made of protein, specifically keratin, and your body builds keratin from amino acids. If you're missing even one essential amino acid, your body cannot produce strong, healthy hair strands. Most women over 70 are not getting complete proteins in adequate amounts, especially if they've reduced their meat consumption for health reasons. Hemp seeds provide all 9 essential amino acids in a form that's easy for an aging digestive system to break down and absorb. But there's something else hemp seeds do that researchers at the University of Pennsylvania found particularly interesting. They contain a specific ratio of omega-6 to omega-3 fatty acids that helps reduce scalp inflammation while simultaneously supporting hair follicle function. This balanced ratio is rare in natural foods, and it's one reason why U.S. doctors who specialize in hair loss are starting to recommend hemp seeds more frequently to their older patients. 3 tablespoons of hemp seeds daily, sprinkled on salads or blended into smoothies, can provide that complete protein your hair desperately needs. Many women notice that around week 10 of consistent hemp seed consumption, their new hair growth is noticeably thicker and stronger than before. But here's the truth. Even with all 6 of these seeds working together, you're still missing the most important piece of the puzzle. That final seed, number 7, is the one that ties everything together, and understanding why it's so powerful requires us to talk about something most doctors never mention to their patients. Before I reveal that 7th seed, you need to understand what medical researchers call follicular senescence. This is a fancy term for what happens when your hair follicles essentially give up and stop trying to grow hair. It's not that they're damaged beyond repair, it's that they've gone dormant, almost like they're hibernating. This happens gradually after age 70 as your hormone levels continue to decline and cellular energy production slows down. Biotin can't wake up dormant hair follicles. None of the other supplements you've tried can either, because they're not addressing the root cause of follicular senescence, which is mitochondrial dysfunction. Your mitochondria are the energy factories in every cell of your body, including your hair follicle cells. When your mitochondria slow down, your hair follicles don't have the energy they need to produce hair. This is where the 7th seed becomes absolutely crucial. Black cumin seed, also called Nigella sativa, is the 7th and most important seed on our list. This seed has been used in traditional medicine for thousands of years, but only recently have U.S. researchers begun to understand why it's so effective for hair regrowth in older women. Studies conducted at the University of Michigan revealed that black cumin seed contains a compound called thymoquinone, which directly supports mitochondrial function in aging cells. When your hair follicle mitochondria start working more efficiently, those dormant follicles can wake up and begin producing hair again. This is not something biotin can do. This is not something any of the other seeds can do on their own. Black cumin seed essentially gives your hair follicles the energy boost they need to start functioning again. But there's a specific way you need to use black cumin seed for hair regrowth, and this is critical. You cannot just take any black cumin seed supplement from the store. The quality varies dramatically, and many supplements contain very little of the active thymoquinone compound. You want to look for cold-pressed black cumin seed oil that's been tested for thymoquinone content. The therapeutic dose that U.S. doctors recommend for hair regrowth is 1 teaspoon of high-quality black cumin seed oil twice daily, once in the morning and and once in the evening. You can take it straight, though many women find the taste unpleasant, or you can mix it into a small amount of honey. The honey actually helps with absorption, making the beneficial compounds more bioavailable. Now here's why I saved black cumin seed for last and why it's the most important of all 7 seeds. Black cumin seed doesn't just work on its own, it actually amplifies the effects of all the other seeds we've discussed. Remember how I mentioned that flaxseed reduces inflammation? Black cumin seed enhances that anti-inflammatory effect. Remember how pumpkin seeds block DHT? Black cumin seed makes that DHT blocking more effective. The same goes for every other seed on this list. Black cumin seed acts as what researchers call a potentiator, meaning it makes everything else work better. This is why you can't just take black cumin seed alone and expect miraculous results. You need all 7 seeds working together in a coordinated way. Let me give you a realistic timeline of what to expect when you incorporate all 7 of these seeds into your daily routine. During weeks 1 through 4, you probably won't notice much visible change in your hair, but important things are happening beneath your scalp. That silent inflammation is decreasing, DHT is being blocked, and your hair follicles are starting to receive better nutrition and hydration. Don't get discouraged during this phase. Your body is laying the groundwork for what comes next. During weeks 5 through 8, many women notice that their hair loss has slowed significantly. You're not seeing dramatic regrowth yet, but you're no longer finding large clumps of hair on your pillow or clogging your shower drain. This is a crucial sign that the seeds are working. The real changes typically begin during weeks 9 through 12. This is when dormant hair follicles start waking up, and you might notice very fine, baby-fine hairs appearing along your hairline and part line. These hairs are fragile at first, so be gentle with your hair during this phase. After 12 weeks, if you've been consistent with all 7 seeds, you should see noticeable improvement in hair density and thickness. But here's the important part. You cannot stop at 12 weeks. Hair growth is a continuous process, and your hair follicles need ongoing nutritional support. Think of these seeds not as a temporary fix, but as a permanent addition to your daily routine, just like brushing your teeth or taking your regular medications. Now, I want to address some common mistakes women make when they try to implement this seed protocol, because these mistakes can completely undermine your results. The first mistake is inconsistency. You cannot take these seeds sporadically and expect results. Your hair follicles need steady, reliable nutrition every single day. Missing 2 or 3 days a week can set you back significantly. The second mistake is taking too much too soon. Some women think that if 1 tablespoon of flaxseed is good, then 3 tablespoons must be better. That's not how nutrition works, especially after age 70. Your digestive system has limits, and overloading it with too many seeds at once can actually cause digestive upset and reduce absorption of the beneficial compounds. Start with the recommended amounts I've given you and stay there for at least 12 weeks before considering any increases. The third mistake, and this is a big one, is combining these seeds with medications that interfere with their absorption. If you're taking acid-reducing medications for heartburn or reflux, those medications can significantly reduce your body's ability to break down and absorb the proteins and minerals in these seeds. Talk to your doctor about potentially reducing your acid-blocking medication if possible, because stomach acid is actually essential for proper nutrient absorption. The fourth mistake is not drinking enough water. All of these seeds, especially chia seeds, require adequate water to work properly. You should be drinking at least 8 glasses of water daily, spread throughout the day, not all at once. The fifth and final mistake is expecting these seeds to work miracles on severely damaged hair follicles. If you have areas of complete baldness where no hair has grown for years, where the scalp is smooth and shiny, those follicles may be too damaged to respond even to these powerful seeds. These seeds work best on follicles that are struggling but still alive, still capable of producing some hair, even if that hair is thin and weak. They excel at helping those struggling follicles recover and produce strong, healthy hair again. Let me talk about the practical aspects of incorporating all 7 seeds into your daily routine, because I know this might seem overwhelming at first. The easiest approach is to create what I call a hair growth smoothie that you drink every morning. In a blender, combine 1 tablespoon of freshly ground flaxseed, a quarter cup of pumpkin seeds, 2 tablespoons of sunflower seeds, 1 tablespoon of tahini for your sesame seeds, 2 tablespoons of chia seeds that you've soaked overnight, 3 tablespoons of hemp seeds, and 1 teaspoon of black cumin seed oil. Add a banana for sweetness, a handful of spinach for extra nutrients, and enough water or unsweetened almond milk to reach your desired consistency. This smoothie contains all 7 seeds in their proper amounts, and drinking it every morning ensures you're getting consistent nutrition for your hair follicles. If you don't like smoothies or have difficulty with cold drinks, you can create a hair growth porridge instead. Cook a half cup of steel-cut oats with water until they're soft and creamy. Stir in your ground flaxseed, tahini, chia gel that you've prepared ahead of time, and hemp seeds. Top with your pumpkin and sunflower seeds, and drizzle your black cumin seed oil over the top. This warm, comforting breakfast provides all 7 seeds in a form that's easy to digest and enjoy, especially on cold mornings. Some women prefer to spread their seed consumption throughout the day rather than having it all at once, and that's perfectly fine too. You might have your flaxseed and chia seeds at breakfast, your pumpkin and sunflower seeds as a mid-morning snack, your tahini at lunch on a sandwich or in a dressing, and your hemp seeds and black cumin seed oil at dinner. The key is finding a routine that works for you and that you can stick with consistently day after day, week after week, month after month. I also want to address the role of scalp health in hair regrowth, because you can have perfect nutrition and still struggle with hair growth if your scalp isn't healthy. Many women over 70 develop what's called a tight scalp, where the skin on their head becomes less flexible and circulation becomes restricted. You can help improve scalp health with a simple massage technique. Every evening before bed, use your fingertips to massage your entire scalp for 5 minutes. Use gentle circular motions, applying just enough pressure to move the scalp over the underlying bone. This massage increases blood flow to your hair follicles, helping deliver all those beneficial compounds from your seeds more effectively. Some women like to add a few drops of rosemary essential oil to a carrier oil like jojoba and massage that into their scalp for additional benefits. Rosemary oil has been shown in studies to be as effective as minoxidil for hair regrowth, but without the side effects. Start today. Don't wait another week or another month telling yourself you'll begin this protocol when things are less busy or when you finish that other supplement you're taking. Every day you wait is another day your hair follicles are struggling without the support they need. Make your shopping list right now. Flaxseed, pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds, tahini, chia seeds, hemp seeds, and black cumin seed oil. Get high-quality versions of each one. Don't buy the cheapest options, because quality truly matters when it comes to nutritional supplements. Store your seeds properly in airtight containers in a cool, dark place or in your refrigerator to maintain their freshness and potency. Set a daily reminder on your phone if you need to, something that will help you stay consistent until taking these seeds becomes as automatic as brushing your teeth. Your hair deserves this attention, this care, this commitment. You deserve to feel confident and beautiful at every age, and healthy hair is part of that confidence. These 7 seeds are your tools for reclaiming what you thought you'd lost forever.